talked to a group of agents about this. We had 15 of us together doing kind of a think tank and talking about strategies. And I said, this is the market where a lot of my agents I know, they know the customer, they know enough about them to be dangerous, but not enough. You got to go a little deeper. You got to go another layer deeper with these people. Once they're giving you their time like that, figure out what is the true motivation for their move and help them remember that as they're going along so that keeps them moving forward. Because I think the biggest thing is that, real estate agents that think their salespeople are kidding themselves. You have virtually no influence on that decision other than if you are clever and you remind them of the reasons why they're moving. If you never spend the time to understand why they're moving, you're not going to be a very successful real estate agent in the future. And I think that resources are another thing that really help people. Doing mortgage calculators, showing people how by buying today and at this price, they can save money versus buying at this price with a lower interest rate. And it sometimes makes more sense to buy with the higher interest rate with the lower price.
The thought of most people is just 8%. That's all they're thinking. Well, what does 8% really mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, a really quick, fast way in which to figure this out is the interest part of it, because obviously if there's principal, that's going to pay it down. So it doesn't really matter what that is because you're still getting that back. But if you do something like, and just figure it out on $100,000, and if it's 6% for a year, that's $6,000 in interest. If it's 8%, that's $8,000 a year in interest. So that's a $2,000 difference. So that's less than, $200 a month that your payment's going up from 6 to 8% on $100,000.
Correct.
Now, obviously, if we boost that up to, 500,000, we're at 30,000 and 40,000. So now we're 10,000 apart.
I don't think a lot of people understand that because, same thing goes into the principal. You have the taxes, you have the insurance, you have all that other stuff that goes into it. When the rate jumps up, like you just said, from 6 to 8, for an example, and interest rate costs you another $200 a month, but that $3,200 a month that it was 6 months ago now is $3,400. It's not like it went to $6,000. Because a lot of those, repeat offenders that are in there don't double. It's just the interest rate that doubled, which is a portion of the total payment obligation you pay per month. Educating
people so they can make an informed decision and not a decision based on emotion. If we can get past that, I mean, although emotions is a very powerful thing in sales. If you look at people's marketing, it's all going to the emotions and trying to get the emotions. But if we could take that out and kind of really talk about really what it means. I've got someone that's looking at one of our houses that their kids and they absolutely love this house. Absolutely, absolutely love it. They can afford it, yeah, and it's probably $200,000 more than they want to go. But it's got everything they ever could ask for that they didn't want to or need to add to a house. Because the ones that they're looking at, they need to add this other stuff. And the kids are at an age that a real good age to be able to be in this property. And so it's just trying to get them past the $200,000 because it's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it, what someone's willing to sell it for. And it's not just every seller out there is like ready to make a deal. Now there are some some that are like, you know what, I got to get out of this and it's doomsday coming and I want to dump it. But there's other ones that are like, well, hey, Chris, there's nothing out there that really competes against ours. And I said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said, so now the market is kind of let's wait and see. We got to hold and we got to watch it. But we have to be able to react to it too and see what's going on. But that's what you got to do. You got to make a decision how you want to be able to play this market from a seller or a buyer standpoint. And the other thing is that usually a lot of houses that you want to get deals on, there's usually something wrong with them that you have to be able to fix. And you got to keep that in mind. Now, okay, hey, I got a great deal on, but I really don't like this and this and that. And I have to redo the kitchen. I really want the master to have a sitting room, but it doesn't do it. So I'll have to make this other bedroom into a sitting room, but then we'll only have 3 bedrooms upstairs. And all of those things kind of come into play. So sometimes it's better just to grab it. It's like new construction. Some people just are not good. They're not handy. All right. Hey, move into new construction. It's done. I mean, it's done. You don't have to worry about nothing for probably 10 years. We're talking about like, do you buy that new vehicle? Do you not? And he said the people that are living in which are most of the people that have to finance things right now, things got very expensive. Inflation is killing the payment lifestyle. And so what's happening is the people that live in house payments, car payments, whatever, which is most of us, it just got really expensive to live. And so there's going to be put a premium back onto having the cash lifestyle of I paid for things are paid off. I don't have debts. I don't have overhead because then, talk about being completely free, where you actually have where if you can afford and people, but we can't do that. We're
only in our 30s and whatever. I know people in their 30s have the houses paid off because they've diligently worked. And the one thing was, I got a guy that was 38 years old I just met, and it was, we're going to be selling the house because they want to build a new house out in the country. His wife is stays at home with their children, and he works at what I would consider to be a normal job, but has dedicated consistently and persistently to getting that